Hi, welcome to part two. My stomach's a little bit upset, so I don't know how long I'll last, but I have to like pause the recording and you know, which would only be like for you, but whatever. Just thought I'd mention it. I want to be more centered. Makes it easier. I've been doing some thinking about this building, the top. Well, I actually did that thinking just now while I was at the bathroom. Because I always intended that building to kind of be a placeholder, since I do want to build it myself. My performance might be even worse for a bit because I'm re-uploading the video I made yesterday because I forgot to edit some stuff in that I wanted to. So I did, and then now I'm re-uploading it. Oh, I don't know why I'm acting like you can see it. I was trying to show you. 25% uploaded, an hour left. Hold on. So you can see it right here. I just want to check, is there really one? Okay, yeah, the audio should be working. So I brought up in the previous video that's currently being uploaded. I showed the photo of my previous lab that I built completely on my own, which I kind of wanted to transplant here. I don't know how well it would fit if I'd have to. Yeah. I do like this building though, so it would be nice to keep it somewhere nearby. Ooh, it could be like on top of that mountain or something. Like have it be right there. Oh my god, that would be so cool. Yeah, that didn't entirely. As intended. And it broke a couple of things. It's fine. Excuse me. Huh? I am recording right now. Why are you not working? Okay, that's not important. All that matters is we rip this out of the ground. Oh, none of the gravel wanted to come with. Great. Does not even fit where I wanted it. Wanted it here, but that's way too small. Oh, right, the block needs to go first. Okay, and we're just gonna extend that to 30. Just so we can flatten this entire thing. Make it look somewhat intentional. And then we're just gonna tear down all the affected trees. I know every time I touch the microphone it sounds horrible, but do I want it sunken into the ground, or... Oh fuck, that's not supposed to be there. Or do I want it sitting on top of the ground? I think it would be okay to have it sitting on top. And it's kind of easier as well. It does look like it would fit entirely. There's... Oh my god, what is happening? Does it require that much processing power to upload a video while I'm playing? Should I just cancel it and upload it when I'm done recording? Maybe. Do copycat stuff also copy the sound? Right, I forgot. Incredibly annoying to use. Okay, good. Not too bad. Not too shabby. We could have like a small parking lot or something here. How would people get up here though? That's the question that everyone should be asking. I don't even know if I should mention that, to be honest. I'll kind of halfway mention it. Yeah, my girlfriend was too busy. She wanted to play VR chat with her sister instead. And told me to just wait, so... yeah. I went like this with my mouse, and the camera just stayed. And then, whoop. God. It is really struggling. I might have to, actually. I might have to cancel it. Yeah, it's at like 38%, but it has like an hour, like 53 minutes left. I'm just gonna cancel. Just gonna leave. There we go. And my performance should be a bit better. And now we go to this, which is completely missing a building now. I actually don't know if my my own lab will fit here. The entire thing probably wouldn't. But I do intend to only use the smaller gray bit. I'll show you. If only it will fucking respond. Hello? Alright, this. I kind of want to only build this right here. and not this part. It's kind of weird because I'm not looking at the photo, I'm looking at OBS, but OBS is hidden so I can see the photo being under OBS. And I do kind of want to add something like this as well again. I also kind of want to add this sign. I really like how that turned out, but it's so fucking huge. Yeah. This would absolutely fit where I am currently. I hope. Yeah. I ain't so sure. Okay. So we can start very easily because we need this. And fuck, I don't know where. Okay, so 1, 5, and then we start. Also using a slightly different palette because in the photo, as you can see, this is regular polished andesite. This right here is polished andesite. Then you have like regular andesite on the layer inside. But instead here I'm using tough and then polished andesite in here. Just to make it look cleaner. But everything else should stay identical. Except this, I might not be able to replicate this. Might not. I'm not sure. I know how I built it, but yeah. I do not remember how I made the timings. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then that goes like this. And then we just go like this. Because I think I was building at a 3 by 5 kind of grid for the letters. Yes, absolutely was. So yeah, I'm kind of reverse engineering it right now. But it just might not have the same vibe without the rest of the building. Yeah, I might actually have built this kind of perfectly. That's 3 down, 1 out, and then 1 out more. It goes down 3, and then like that. I wish I had somebody to play with, to be honest. Okay, that became very orange. Not what I wanted. Oh, right, and I actually wanted to explain something as well. We go here. This? I wonder if anyone would be able to guess what that is. It's not entirely color matched perfectly, because I'm really struggling to do that. Actually, the tough block that I'm using right now would be perfect, now that I think about it. Or at least almost perfect. That would have been so good. Yeah, can you guess what that is? I will tell you in 3, 2, 1. It's Titanfall 2. BT7274. That is his name, right? Yep. This is the photo that I used. As a reference. It's kind of what I ended up with. I think I did pretty good. Could have been better, don't get me wrong, but yeah. So I had like a lot of empty space here, and I was like, ooh, the company could have a logo. So that's kind of what I ended up with. The water is getting annoying. Does it actually fit though? I mean, if we push this in the block... No, I'm just gonna leave it exactly how it is. You can just barely see it. If I extend my render distance to like 15, how well can we see it? Oh, shit. Yeah, we can't have that. Also, I would have preferred having it slightly more this way so you can actually see it better from there. I actually do kind of like the fact that it's somewhat covered up and hidden. It's kind of cool. I also don't know what to do with this. I might completely get rid of it. Flatten out this like whole area. Alright, I didn't show this part. This is a little garden thing design I saw on TikTok. So I just tried to, yeah. I liked it, so like, ooh, I might put that down somewhere. Colors. I need to look at colors. Okay, we have pink, magenta, and then purple. Do I use wool or powder? I'm pretty sure I just use wool. Right, this was like weirdly dark, so I did this to fix that. No. No, I didn't. That's what I did. And I didn't even use glass panes. I used regular. Why didn't you say something? Are you supposed to know? You didn't build this shit. I did. Still, you could have said something. Would have been nice. I mean, like, there we go. That looks way closer. Way better. There is light in here too, right? Yeah. Okay. It didn't look like there was. All I really used was observers. I don't know what mod it is that I installed that allowed me to do that. If I crouch, it flips it. And since I'm flying, like, I hold spaces. So like, it's gonna be a tad smaller because I'm gonna cover up this entire thing on the inside. I know. Yeah. And maybe I could move it slightly ahead. So if I just do that, move 3. I don't know why that happened. Well, I know what that happened. I don't know why this happened. Like, why did it cut it in half? I thought I clicked it properly. I kind of wanted to do that so I actually had space for the staircase. Back 15. I'll do 16. Oh, gosh, that's dark. Oh, that is so very dark. Should I just make it flat on the back, or actually have it pushed in like I do on the front? Could do that. Might look interesting. I can see. I think I just very simply had it go like this. If we just do that as a test. Yeah, of course it's way too quick. We can do a timer. And it'll pulse every 5 seconds. The red glow though is awesome. Yeah, so that is what I did. Okay, so every 2 seconds. It only needs to be even faster. I mean, that is way more even than this. Actually, I think I prefer this. Because the space in between is like a perfect another one. Like, yeah, about 5 of them are lit up at once, and about 5 of them aren't. We can check the photo to confirm. It's actually really hard to see here though, but yeah, it's pretty much exactly what I just said. What to do for the back? This, to actually save space, we can put it the other way. And then we just make that face this way. And then we can push the wall all the way in. You just go like this. And the inside is fully usable. Oh. Whoops. It's probably happened on the other side as well. Nope. Kind of happened to the floor though, probably. But yeah. Yeah, let's just see how it looks. Like that. Do I want that taller? Nah. I like it. I also kind of wanted to make a telescope, like one of those big ones from like Megamind and like the big professional telescopes. With like creating stuff, and you could turn it around and up and down and stuff. Because I have a camera, this thing. Which connects to this with a tape. So if I go like that, and then we put a TV here, and then we turn it on, we connect that to this. I can then move it to like anything I want. Like that. But this mod seems to fuck with my game sometimes, especially if it's on a aeronautics creation, like I did with that house earlier. Where like I'll get this like huge visual artifact. Why is the water flickering? Not like that. Like stuff would... Well, yeah, it just breaks my game completely. See? So like I don't use this mod, even though I wanted to. I don't know what's wrong with it. Either it's like not tall enough, or it's just too thick. I really don't know. Is my girlfriend awake, or like what's happening? She hasn't replied in a while. She stopped replying shortly after she went on VR chat. Don't mind me just fucking dying. Okay, Discord doesn't want to cooperate, so I'm gonna use my phone. Yeah, she's not on VR chat, and she's not on her Xbox, so I'm gonna assume she fell asleep. And she's not on Discord either. I just wanted to check to see if she was playing Fortnite on her phone, because she does that sometimes. But I also think I need toilet, so I'll be back in a second. Alright, we need to add an entrance to this. Which actually kind of makes sense to have it here. I would appreciate if the lag spikes would fuck off. But that just ain't gonna happen, is it? Nah, I don't think so. Why would it? Why would it be nice like that? Mm-hmm. That is also a bit louder for me than it is for you. Because I have like game volumes and stuff slightly lowered in OBS, so like 13 decibels lower. Yeah. Kind of want to add like a fuse box thingy here. Actually, we'll just do a simple wall. We will use andesite. The andesite doesn't have a polished version. Well, that ain't no good. I mean, it probably would have made more sense to use pipes. And it also probably would have looked better. I like it. I'm back. Let's took a bit of a break. I was like messing around with my sister, and oh, that sounds weird. I meant like playing, like whatever, and then I went to the bathroom briefly, and then I just sat watching TikTok. What we could do is make that a double room that extends to here, but doesn't go all the way. It'll have a separate wall. No, we're gonna turn this into a giant hangar. Or like an underground hangar kind of thing where it's like big open space. They'll have like space for planes or whatever I feel like building. I just don't know how far up I can go. Actually, I think I'm in the clear. No, not quite. I'll extend that then quite a bit before you get to the main event. If we just go like this, wah-bah. We'll do 19, so that the tunnel is like 20. And then we have to go... Oh... Not quite what I wanted. That is really bright. That does actually help a bit, because now you can actually see the ground. But what if we used a weaker light source? Like a really weak one. Like 7. I'm thinking, what if we have them on top, but that's actually not where it should be. I think it would actually be better in the middle. Game's fucking dying on me. Is everything working? Yes. That was perfect. This tunnel is very dark. I like that, but... Oh, no, she's bright. What if we mix in sea lantern somewhere? Hmm. That kills all of the red. Like, even just putting one completely obliterates all of the red. Oh, well, I guess it'll just be a dark tunnel then. Oh, and if you're watching this and you have a PC that can handle some mods and preferably a shader, and you want to join this world, feel free to let me know. I need people to play with. Like I said, it's gonna be humongous. If we do 200 by 100, meaning that we need to lag. That's what we need to do. To make sure it was in the right corner. We would have to stack this 49. And a 50 in this direction. That should be now we just need to grab each corner like this. Because I want it to be twice as tall. Which might bite me in the ass. It doesn't like poke through the ceiling. I sure hope it don't. Okay. Well, we can very simply start in this corner and go over to this corner because the ground is going to be polished and the side. Is this tall enough? Or would I actually prefer it to be even taller? I don't know how much more space is above this. Probably not a whole lot. We would actually have enough space to do one more level. You're just gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Means we gotta stack 5. We gotta put that on top of that, and then we gonna kiss my ass, and then I'm gonna die. Oh, yay. Crap. We have 200 blocks. There's 2. So we could have 8 blocks in between each or 18, and I think I'm going to do 18. And then we would have to stack that. Probably way more, but yeah. I'm gonna see how well it lines up if we grab that part now. And then I do stack 4. Remember, 4. I mean 9. Lines up perfectly. No, it doesn't. Why not? Right, I stacked it 200. It's actually 201 blocks. Well, I guess that's all we can do. But these are not supposed to be straight pillars. They're supposed to be angled. Or like curved. But I don't know how I want that curve to go, because I want it to be like... kind of the curve I wanted. I'm really hungry. Jesus. Haha. Right. There's no air in here. Can you imagine doing this in survival? Especially if you're like early game and you don't have like a shit ton of beacons and shit. Like, this would have taken so long. It would have taken very long because I'm using a lot of netherite blocks. So, yeah. I like how it just carries the red glow around it. That just made it worse. Didn't have that issue when there was just one. It's just a shader being weird. For some reason, yeah, it's still kind of there. Yeah, I don't know what would actually. Well, okay, I'll be back in a second. I need some food. I couldn't really find anything to eat, so I have a somewhat melted Twix. So yeah, I'm gonna eat that. Oop. It was already broken. God damn it. Yeah, why was it so laggy? Oh god. 300,000 likes. Ah. If I put a block here, that still doesn't get powered. Okay, good. I was like, why is the day counter there? That ain't supposed to be there. That's fine. me. Sorry, younger siblings. Bouncy balls on my wall and stuff, right next to my window. I had to go yell at them and smack them around a bit. It's all good. I'm kidding. I just told them to stop. Whoops. The game didn't like that. We just need to touch nothing. Uh-oh. I don't think it's gonna come back. Well, I'm gonna restart the game. It won't even let me switch to OBS, I'm still stuck on the game. I'm back. We're continuing. It's been like a day since I recorded the first half of this video. And everything was fine. I was ready to continue. I got on and realized, hey, since I'm only capturing game audio, I can actually have music playing now. So I went on Spotify and I put on a OG Minecraft nostalgia thing. Here, one sec. And now I'm listening to this. Which I shouldn't have done. Just I don't know if I can even explain it, because if you weren't there, which you weren't, because it was just me and him, then it just won't make sense to you. That song, specifically, Moog CD2, when I kind of rediscovered it a while ago, it brought back so much. I just literally started crying. And all I could think about was my friend who I will never talk to. Sorry, there's a fly in my room and it's pissing me off. He won't come back because he doesn't want to. He probably never will. And that's fine, because it has to be. Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking kill that fly. No, it's on my mouse. Fuck off. Why do they insist on going inside your eyeballs, or crawl into your ears, or just go... For those who don't know, which is probably 99.99999% of you, I have... Oh god. I have talked about him when I played my Minecraft Forever World thingy, which is still on YouTube. I have a lot of parts that I still haven't uploaded, but I haven't been on that in ages. I think it was part 5 or part 6. It was like a 5-hour long video. And at the end of that video, I kind of froze for like a sec, just like the game did. I was just looking at the house that I spent the entire video building. And then I was just sitting there thinking, something's wrong. The game is wrong. Something's missing. And then I realized what that was. And it made me super depressed the entire rest of the episode, and I just spent literally the rest of the episode talking about it. My dear friend Callum, well, was my friend. He no longer wishes to be my friend, and he never will again. Well, I guess never say never, but he sounded very sure of it. Considering all I had to go off was a text saying, I don't want to be your friend. And I just kind of had to let him go at that point. So I did. Haven't heard from him since. So we're gonna make a little room dedicated to him. He'll never see it, probably, but I want it to be there anyways. We're gonna put it right here. I'm making this room blue because last thing I heard about his favorite color was that it was blue. So we're making it blue. I don't know what happened to my performance right there. Very early into our friendship when we were playing Minecraft, I don't remember why. I needed to borrow specifically 6 iron blocks. Callum happened to have like 8. So I borrowed. Didn't quite ask, to be honest. I just kind of took them and said I needed to borrow them, which he thought was hilarious, and then he called me Sifi. And he still called me that for years to come after that. That's why this is here. This is 6 iron blocks. If you can't tell, that's supposed to be the flag of Wales, where he's from. Wish I could add more detail to that, but could do banners. And I'm not going to. These are all the game tags Callum used while we were friends. And this is his last one. Or current one. Unless he changed it after unfriending me. These are some things he's said to me. And the other things are nicknames and inside jokes. He had dyslexia and kind of fucked up things from time to time. And I would bully the crap out of him for it. In a good way, we would kind of turn it into a thing. And it's like, funny. Instead of saying Mount Chiliad, he once said Mount Macebank. And we never stopped calling that, ever. He also fucked up Arena War and called it Area War, and he insisted that he wasn't wrong for years until he realized that he was, because I kept saying it's Arena War. It's like, nah. I didn't have the greatest internet, so he used to call me Sir Lag a lot, which was funny. On PlayStation 3, my GTA 5 disc eventually broke and would get stuck loading at 90%. And I was crying, kind of, and my mom decided to buy it digitally for me so I could download it. I had to wait like 3 hours or 4 hours for the game to download. And Callum just said, yeah, he said this. And he also said this at some point. Which obviously no longer is true. He once asked his teacher how to spell if, which is hilarious, obviously. It seems really stupid, but he did have a good reason for it, at least in my opinion. He had a lot of money in his pocket and he was really nervous and he couldn't focus. And then number 71. I met Callum when he was 17 and I was 14. And he's like 23 now, I think. 22, 23. 23 probably. And I said about a week in that I wanted to like FaceTime just briefly so I could verify that he wasn't some 71-year-old man. I just flipped his numbers around and said, yeah. Which he did, and we had a big laugh out of it. And this number right here, that's from a wheelie challenge I did ages ago. And I somehow managed to get 3,333.33 meters a wheelie at the airport. And I don't know how that I completely forgot about this build. I had built this like big drill. It was kind of crap, but not kind of, it was shit. And this is a photo of my old iPad. The iPad Pro I had years ago. I really regret selling it. Twice. I found a screenshot of the test I took online for autism where it said I showed 22 signs. That's cool. Some memes. Do not breathe underwater. That's not self-explanatory. Holy crap, I missed that iPad. I keep finding photos of it. Sorry. Getting distracted. Whatever, I'll take a look later. See if I can find it. Pretty sure I have it somewhere on my phone. The PlayStation app. Sorry for Giant's fucking distraction. It's not what I intended to do when I started this video. It's just gonna go straight back into continuing this big hangar vehicle thingy. I need to pee. I'll be back in a second. I'm back. Just gonna change song. You won't be anywhere near enough to hear it. A literal speaker, not speaker. Now we just gotta get that work all the way. Maybe it's best I just stop this video here, honestly. For one, I don't really know how to make this room look better. It just looks off and weird. And I made it a tad too big, so I don't know how I'm gonna do the lighting and actually make it work. I do have some ideas for the floor. But at the same time, I'm like, I have no clue. I'm not great at building. Yeah, I'm gonna stop this video here. Finish editing it because I edited the first half. And then I'll just load it. Sorry about this last half of the video. Been really quiet and moody, I guess. Yeah. I'll probably leave the game open so it's ready. Even though tomorrow, or technically today, because it's like 3 a.m., I'll be having the computer in the living room, So I might play a bit on this world off camera. Not that that's an issue. It's not like I did that for a few days before even starting recording. And when I do, if I do, I'll probably be working on like a huge reactor, like power plant kind of thing. It's like huge. It's gonna be awesome. I hope. No plans on what it will look like, although I have some inspiration from Abiotic Factory, but that's like a smaller version of what I want. Power reactor. Underground. Ooh. Huge. Ooh. Oh, that is sick. Hold on, you guys need to see this too. Oh god. This thing's awesome. Again, I don't want to copy, I just want the inspiration. How do people get to this point? How do you just open Minecraft and you build something like this? Or like this? Or like this? Is HPM available for this version? It is? I'll be right back. I'm gonna restart the game. For clarification, until unsure, when you install a mod, you have to. Well, you have to do that anyways. I know in Curse Switch, if you like install a shader and stuff, it'll show up immediately. That stuff doesn't download and install. Do shaders do? I don't think they do, because it kind of does it before it boots up the game. Well, yep. Actually, while we wait for the game to load, we can talk about it a bit. With, like, why I wanted this mod, actually, because I've played it on 1.12.2, and I love it. Not even mostly for the reactor stuff, actually. I really like the doors that they add, like big hatches from Half-Life. I think they even did the one that was like in Half-Life Alyx. And yeah, like industrial doors would work great for this, like the lab and stuff. It's not gonna fit in perfectly currently, except for some places probably, because I don't think the doorways would actually fit, other than maybe the one for the hangar. I don't know why I'm even calling it a hangar. You can't even fly anything into it. Should I just scrap that entire thing? We can turn it into the reactor room, probably. I don't see why not. And turns out I'm not ending this video yet. Oh, the game's sure taking a while, huh? Always does that, actually. Oh, it's almost done. I wish I had something to drink. And no, I don't mean alcohol. I don't like alcohol. It's stupid. I mean, like, soda or something. Where the fuck did that come from? There's a giant webbing in my roof, ceiling. Oh. Also, my shipping got updated, and my new camera should arrive Monday. It's currently Tuesday, so 6 days. Oh. I wish I had like an actual cool hairstyle, because my hair is always just. It's been like this for as long as I can remember. It just wants to go that way. Like, I don't know where. If my game was laggy before, sure isn't gonna be now. It doesn't have the doors. So, like, the main reason I wanted to install it isn't even there. Should I go back to 1.12.2? I would lose so many blocks, including this. That I would lose create. That would not, it would just not be worth it. Now that I've installed this mod, the game might not let me open this world without it. Oh well. Well, this will be the end of the video. If you even watched the rest of it, thank you. And sorry. I hope to see you in the next one.